Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Greetings from Puerto Rico. Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. I certainly appreciate all you guys tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be talking about breaking down and giving out a prediction for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas welterweight title fight. Now, Manny Pacquiao, let's start with him first. I'm sure all you guys are familiar with him. He is one of the best fighters to ever live. Has accomplished a lot in the sport, to say the least. Nobody has no active fighter has a resume like him, including Saul Canelo Alvarez. 8th division world champion. Has wins over the likes of Oscar De La Hoya, Lucas Matisse, Miguel Cotto, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera. The list just goes on and on and on. I could sit here for about a half hour and just ring off names that he's beat. Antonio Margarito obviously is one that always sticks out when fans talk about him. That was when he won the WBC title at 154. His dimensions are about, he's 5'5.5" around. He's got long arms for his height. He's definitely an in and out fighter. Very quick hand speed. Rings off combinations very well. And excellent conditioning. Manny Pacquiao has an excellent motor on him. It's not talked about enough. His style is based off of, his gas tank and his energy, if you think about it a lot, because he has an extremely high work rate. He has an extremely high work rate, and he's constantly coming in and out with his feet, and he's constantly ringing off combinations. He doesn't usually throw one punch at a time. So it definitely requires a lot of conditioning and physical fitness to fight the way he fights, which makes things even more impressive because he's 42 years old. Now, Yordenis Ugas, he's a good fighter in his own right. Nowhere near the caliber of a Manny Pacquiao. He is a Cuban Olympic medalist. I forgot what medal he got, but he is a Cuban Olympian. Okay, so he has that extensive amateur background. And he's probably around 5'10". He's a true welterweight, without a doubt. He has wins over the likes of Omar Figueroa, which I believe was his most impressive. Abel Ramos. He had a controversial... Sorry for that shitty camera work, my bad. He had that controversial fight with Sean Porter for the WBC welterweight title a few years back. Many people thought he won. From what I remember, it could have gone both ways, but I didn't sit down and score the fight or anything like that, so I don't want to pretend like I was mad about the decision. Fights out of the orthodox stance. And he's hard not to root for, you know. You wish guys like him the best, you know, people that leave their countries, sacrifice everything in search of a better life and whatnot, and to accomplish their goals. But at the end of the day, this is a breakdown and prediction video. And I'm here to tell you that, in my opinion, Ugas is pretty much on par with a lot of these PBC welterweights. He's on the same level. There's an interview that was conducted not too long ago with Danny Garcia, and the interviewer asked him what he was asking him about the welterweight division or whatever, and Danny Garcia said that, I think in regards to all these top fighters, we're all on the same level. And I couldn't agree with that more. You know, it's clear that Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, all these guys are on the same level. I'm not saying one's not better than the other, but at the end of the day, they're relatively on the same level. And Ugas is right there with them. Ugas will win some and lose some if he was to fight Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. You know, he'll probably go 50-50 in all those fights when it's all said and done. So obviously I'm picking Manny, because Manny is clearly a cut above this current crop of welterweights. Same with Floyd. Manny and Floyd are a cut or two above these current crop of welterweights, despite the fact that they're 10 years older. Okay? And yes, Manny is a great fighter, an all-time great. One of the best to ever do it. But this is an indictment on how bad this current generation is. Believe that. This shit wouldn't even be possible in any other generation. This is the first generation that wasn't able to retire the generation that came before them. Think about it. Floyd fought up until like a few years ago. He didn't retire up until a few years ago, and he was on his own will and on his own terms. Manny Pacquiao was still fighting. Bernard Hopkins retired when he was 50. Juan Manuel Marquez, the only reason why he retired is because his knee couldn't go through another training camp. His last fight was against Mike Alvarado, who's 10 years younger than him. Unanimous decision. I could keep going on and on with the examples. But you guys get the point. So because of that, and look, because of that, I'm picking Manny. Because Ugas is on par with this current generation of welterweights, and Manny is like a cut or two above these guys, even at 42. So it's really just simple as that. Obviously, he could get old overnight, and things can happen. Ugas is a good fighter in his own right, so if Manny does slip a lot, you know, he could definitely win the fight, but there's no proof of Manny slipping yet, so I can't bank on that. You understand what I'm saying? Well, with that said, I think that's enough for this video. You guys get the gist of it. There's no more else that has to be said. Y'all have a wonderful day or evening, and please like and subscribe, of course, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. God bless. Peace.